What's up, Rams fans? It's Joe B. I'm going to do a little bit of a draft recap. It is May 18th already, so I know I'm pretty late on this, so forgive me. So I guess I'll go ahead and jump in. I really like the first pick for the Rams, Greg Robinson. For those of you that watched my mock, I did mock that correctly. That was all I mocked correctly because mock drafts are really hard. So if you got any more than that, if you got the next pick right, then I salute you because that was a shocker, definitely. So the next pick, obviously, was Aaron Donald. I love these first two picks, adding to both the offensive and defensive line. I think that's just really solid. They're not exciting picks, like I talked about. Offensive line, defensive line, not very exciting and gets everybody all jacked up, but definitely helped the Rams in the first round. So after that, we got LaMarcus Joyner. I always have a hard time with that. He was playing safety in college. He's now going to be a corner, is what Fisher and Snead have said. Mainly a slot guy. He's only 5'8", so it makes a little bit more sense. Third round, I got surprised by this pick a lot. The Trey Mason pick. I thought with Stacy and Cunningham coming on so strong last season that the Rams wouldn't really go running back, but I guess I was wrong. So Trey Mason is definitely going to be a change of pace guy. It's the 18th, so we all know that Richardson is gone with the Jets now, but Pete is still around. I'm not sure I expect him to make the roster to play the Vikings. I think the reason that Pete was kept and Richardson was cut is because Pete contributes on special teams more, a lot more, considering Richardson didn't at all. So after that, we have the Maurice Alexander. Love this story. Like his story way more than the player. I like the player, but his story is just so cool. Wasn't able to play college ball for a year. Worked at the Edward Jones Dome cleaning up after Rams home games. I think that's awesome, eventually to get drafted by the Rams. He grew up in St. Louis. I think he said he went to Excalibur High School. I'm not sure if that's even a real thing since I'm out here in Colorado, so I'll take the article's word for it. But that's pretty cool, really cool story. After that, got another secondary pick in E.J. Gaines. Loved E.J. Gaines in college. Thought that was a really solid pickup. Again, didn't think we really needed another corner, but that definitely helps. So, I mean, in that we got Joyner and Gaines at corner and Alexander at safety. They obviously saw secondary as a weak spot and definitely did their part to up that position. So after that, we got Garrett Gilbert. Kind of a surprise. In the sixth round, as I was watching the draft, because I watched the entire draft, lived a pretty boring life out here, Taj Boyd was picked just before the Rams. I thought that if Boyd was on the board, he would be a Ram. I would have been really excited about that, and I think Boyd probably would have been a backup to Bradford, pushing Shaun Hill down the depth chart. Gilbert, I'm not too high on. He can run, which is good. A mobile guy is not a bad thing to have in this league. But yeah, from what I saw, he kind of closes off the field. When he snaps the ball, he looks at one side, either to his left or to his right, and that's all he's going to look at. He's not going to go to the other side, from what I saw. I didn't watch everything on him just because he's a sixth-round quarterback, and I didn't feel like that was necessary. They did their homework, obviously. The Rams did, and if they weren't going to take him in the second, they saw something that was going to make him slide. To be drafted is kind of a big deal anyways, but not too high on this guy. After that, we got Mitchell Van Dyke for the offensive line. Not a bad pickup. I think he will probably play a backup role on the roster, considering we don't have a whole lot of depth on our offensive line. So it should be pretty easy to stick in there. After that, Christian Bryant, CB Bryant, as some people call him. Like that pickup a lot too. Not a bad one. Another guy for the secondary. Like we said, hit it hard. So after that, we have Michael Sam. It'll be hard for Michael Sam to hit the depth chart against the Vikings, just considering that the Rams have the best defensive line in the league, and we have backups that could easily be full-time starters on most teams. I'd be hard-pressed to say that Hayes and Sims wouldn't just be a full-time starter pretty much anywhere. So it'll be hard for him, but I think he might get a rotation spot because he is a good pass rusher. The only thing about him is he doesn't use an inside move. That could hurt him, but also Coach Waffles is an incredible coach. I mean, he's built this defensive line that we have up incredibly, so I think he's in the right spot to get coached to probably up his game. After that, we have Demetrius Ranney. I think it was pronounced. It was our last pick of the draft. He's a center. Honestly, I don't expect this guy to make the roster from what I've seen. With Barnes coming on so strong last year and still having Jones on the roster and Wells, I think it'll be really hard for him to hit a roster spot. But unfortunately, as high as I am on Barrett Jones, I think this guy might push him off the roster just because he's not gaining the size that Fisher and Snead want to see. So it'll be really difficult for him to make it. I got a couple of undrafted free agents, none too exciting, except for the corner out of Florida, who I'm totally spacing his name right now because I'm completely unprepared on that. So, like him a lot. I think he'll make the roster, but for some reason I just can't remember his name. So, yeah, we finished up rookie camp. I think that was yesterday that we finished it up, and nothing really to report there. They were all there doing their rookie stuff. I think they said that Van Dyke was late on that. He had some restrictions with his graduation that he couldn't go yet. So, but he was there for I think the last 2 days. So I mean, as far as draft goes, it's impossible to grade. So I'm not going to give you one. I think every single fan will ever always say that they got an A+. So this is a very strong draft position wise. We took a lot of great players. Trey Mason in the 3rd is a huge pickup. E.J. Gaines in the 6th is a huge pickup. Aaron Donald, I didn't see him drop into 13, so that's pretty cool. Pretty much straight down. In the 7th, it wasn't really exciting except for the Michael Sam, which everybody knows about that. I'm not going to get into all that because this is football, and that's what I'm going to talk about. So, most of these guys I think have a real chance to make the roster. If you see in the last couple years, the Rams have been keeping a lot of their rookies, even like late round picks, just so they can kind of get their chance and get their NFL shot. And it's worked out. I mean, Zach Stacy and Daryl Richardson both being really late round picks, Stacy in the 5th, Richardson in the 6th, and came on really strong for their time with the Rams. So both had really strong rookie years. So yeah, I think that'll just about do it for this one. And I'll probably do one after training camp or something. So, yep, thanks for watching, guys. Go Rams.